Live from KPRC, this is Channel 2 News Today.
Breaking this morning, a desperate search for a missing man after a boating accident. The latest on when that search will resume and what we know about 2 others hurt in the crash.
Plus, we're checking on the search for a person with a silver alert that was issued overnight. This woman, and we'll tell you where folks are looking for her, and they need people to keep a lookout, too.
And a big update for people in Bolivar. The latest on a power outage that lasted late into the night last night.
Boy, what an inconvenience there.
Yeah, exactly. Good morning, everyone. I'm Haley Hernandez.
I'm Owen Plenty, 5:31. Jennifer, good morning.
Good morning. Not too bad for drivers getting up early. We have one wreck, but not slowing things down too badly. And then the HOV line off of 290, a little tricky. Something starts off today, so I'll keep you informed.
Very important to know about. And the weather. What do we
nice
got?
and quiet. I know, big week. Tomorrow, our rain chances are going up, so Tuesday and Wednesday will be our wet days where you are going to have to dodge those downpours. But today, you have the morning off, so enjoy it. This is a live look outside. We're nice and dry. We're not anticipating any rain during the morning drive.
Day, right?
And temperatures are in the low to mid 70s, so easy to take on. Get out now, try and burn off the kids' energy early. As we head in the afternoon, we do have pool weather, but you'll have a few thunderstorms to dodge. Meanwhile, at the coast, you're feeling the heat and humidity, low 80s with a feel-like temperature of 89 degrees in Galveston, but away from the coast, it is fairly comfortable in the 70s. 83 degrees at 11 a.m. will feel like the 90s. Once we get past 1, 2 o'clock in the afternoon, we'll have enough daytime heating to create those stray afternoon thunderstorms, but your rain chance is limited at 20%, so the majority of us will miss out today. Different story for Tuesday and Wednesday. In fact, tomorrow morning, we could be dealing with a little bit of wet stuff during the morning drive, and with our 40 to 50% chance of rainfall, some of these thunderstorms are going to produce some pretty heavy downpours. We'll take a look at that coming up soon. Over to you, Jen.
All right, Britta, thank you. Monday morning, not too tough for most drivers. The exception here on the northeast side, there's a crash that you'll have to dodge those left lanes in the eastbound direction at Wilson. Drivers occasionally braking, but that's about it. There are no real delays. Feeder Road is open, so maybe that would save you some time, or if you don't want to deal with it at all. Let me update you on the 290 HOV lane. The Northwest Transit Center, there is something going on today that will be in effect until 2020. So the HOV lane access to and from that transit center will be closed. The alternate route would be exit Old Katy Road, follow the signs, or take I-10 east toward downtown. Of course, there's a different alternate route if you take the HOV lane in the overnight hours, or the evening hours rather, and I'll post that on my Instagram so you can follow that and find out more information. Gulf Freeway at the Causeway down in Galveston County. You guys are on the move. Haley, Owen, over to you.
All right. Thank you, Jennifer.
Breaking this morning, the search resumes today for a boater missing since yesterday afternoon.
Yes, 2 others were hurt when the boat slammed into a bulkhead on the San Jacinto River. Our Kathy Hernandez is tracking the latest for us this morning from East Harris County. Kathy?
Good morning. It's too dark, but behind me is the San Jacinto River. This is where they will begin their search again this morning for that missing boater. Take a look at this video. Texas game wardens in boats were combing the area here along the San Jacinto River and Rio Villa last night. Harris County Sheriff Ed Gonzalez says a single-engine boat crashed into a bulkhead at full speed and into a boathouse at about 7 last night. A bulkhead is a retaining wall between the river and homes along the water. A man flown to the hospital via life flight and a woman were both in serious condition. Another man, the sheriff says, may have gone overboard and was missing. A lot of questions right now, including where is that missing man and what caused that boat to crash. Reporting live along the San Jacinto River, Kathy Hernandez, KPRC, Channel 2 News.
Okay, Kathy, thanks. We'll follow up with you later. 5:34 new this morning. Deputies need some help finding a missing elderly woman. This is Raquel Rodriguez Almanza, 92 years old. She has trouble remembering things, and she was last seen in the evening yesterday off Cowes Street near Exeter, north side. If you have any information about where she is, if you see her just walking about, please call authorities, Harris County Sheriff's Department specifically. This morning, a 32-year-old is recovering at the hospital after he was missing for 5 days. It turns out he was trapped in a crashed-out car in the woods the whole time. Jose Velasquez disappeared Tuesday night. He went on a dinner date with his fiancée downtown Houston. He was heading home, but he never made it. Wow. Texas EquiSearch started looking for him yesterday morning. They found his vehicle around 3:25 in the afternoon in the woods. near Highway 242 and 1488 in the Woodlands. Well off the road. Velasquez suffered serious injuries, but he was still alive. Obviously, his family's very thankful.
This is one of the worst things that's happened to our family. Don't wish this on anybody. It was super hard not knowing where he was at.
So Jose suffered several broken bones and some other injuries. It's not clear at this point how long he'll have to be in the hospital.
A driver is facing charges in connection with a deadly hit-and-run crash in League City from last week. Officers arrested 32-year-old Philip Antoine on Saturday. He's charged with failing to stop and render aid after an accident involving death. River Russell was found lying near a ditch on FM 270 and Hewitt Street last Monday. He was taken to the hospital but later died. The story of 4-year-old Malia Davis broke the hearts of people across the country. Now a Houston area sculptor is helping memorialize her life. Shirley Scarpetta from Cypress has created a sculpture of Malia. The piece is still in progress and is set to be cast in bronze. Scarpetta says Malia represents all of the children who have been taken from the world too soon, and the sculpture is for them. Scarpetta says she is currently looking for a location to display the finished piece.
City of Houston's closing in on the top of a list we probably would like to not be on. That is the annual TomTom Traffic Index. The TomTom Traffic, remember they do GPS, right? The TomTom people? Anyway, we're the second most congested city in Texas. Austin is the worst, just barely.
I was going to say,
but it is.
Feels the same.
We've got, what's it, the congestion level. That's how they measure it. We have a 23% congestion level. They're at 25. We have an extra 13 minutes of travel compared to their 12 in the morning. So how are we? I don't. That doesn't that? They only have 35. They only have, Jennifer's saying, well, they only have one highway. We have a bunch, obviously, more people.
Jennifer's ready to fight you on this.
If our congestion is better, why do we have more minutes? Do you see what I mean? Isn't that kind of weird?
Yeah.
All right. Well, TomTom, maybe they check the algorithm on that. Families at the Bolivar Peninsula waking up with no power. There's been an outage for hours across the area. This is from Entergy. The storms yesterday damaged a bunch of utility poles feeding most of the peninsula. At one point, they had 9,000 outages, many of them on Bolivar. The power, though, has since been fully restored, is what we're hearing. So if any of you don't have power, that might be just your home specifically. So check that out.
Great. All right, 5:38 now. Time to get a check of weather with Britta. How are things looking outside?
You know, this is the morning you want power on because it is steamy at the coast. So temperatures right now closer to the water, low 80s with feel-like temperatures in the upper 80s. It's very quiet here in town. We're waking up warm and muggy, but we're in the 70s, so take advantage of this morning. This afternoon, plenty of heat, and we'll have straight afternoon thunderstorms. But rain chances, they're going up for Tuesday and Wednesday. Some of those storms will produce some heavy downpours. It's those deep tropical thunderstorms that we're expecting, so no widespread flooding concerns, but definitely enough that's going to get in the way of your daytime plans. As we head closer to 4th of July, we'll take it down a notch. We'll start to dry things out, but we'll take a look at your firework forecast in just a few moments, Jen.
All right. Thank you, Britta. Our wreck just cleared on the northeast side of town off of the Beltway, so one less worry for us right here. That one should be, voila, out of the way. So if you're running between 59 the East Tex over to I-10 the East and use the Beltway, no worries. This is ongoing road work off of the Beltway on the south side of town, eastbound direction. Still some barrels to watch out for on the left side. That's running between 288 almost to 45 the Gulf Freeway. So just be forewarned. Live picture outside of a cleared scene. Guys, looking pretty good as traffic easily recovered after that wreck cleared. Over to you.
All right.
Thank you, Jennifer. NASA is on a mission to get us back to the moon for the first time in more than 50 years.
And what the space agency plans to test before anything lifts off.
Plus, the U.S. women's team prepares for a huge semifinal matchup, who they'll face after knocking out the host country from the World Cup. Time now, 5:39.
Good morning. I'm meteorologist Britta Merwin with a look at your travel forecast. Have a safe trip, and we'll see you when you get back.
Your travel forecast is brought to you by Reliant Energy. That's life switched on.
Extra, extra. Joe and Sophie's Fairy Tale I Do's in France.
Extra with all the details you haven't heard.
The A-list guests and the happy couple's first moments together on the next Extra.
Today at 4:30 on Channel 2.
Hey, how was your week? My in-laws were in town. I got a standing desk. I tried quinoa.
I took the dog to the groomer.
Make your weekends more exciting than the days before them.
We drove 3 hours to the kids' swim meet.
Right now, get $1,000 customer cash, plus a $1,000 special edition bonus on a new 2019 Tacoma Special Edition. Toyota, let's go places.
Kaplan Sinus Relief live cameras on KPRC, bringing you the views of Houston. Kaplan Sinus Relief wants you to breathe well and live well.
I need a tissue.
I made this into a baby shark lampshade.
You've got to come see this. This is going to be amazing for social media.
Why are we always in these weird conversations on TV?
So we know that every week the Today Show has some great stories from across the country.
Indeed, and this morning, Dylan is with us from New York, taking a look at the week ahead. Good morning.
Good morning, guys. Nice to see you both. And we have a great week ahead on the third hour of Today, if I do say so myself. We're going to be talking about a new documentary that takes us inside the homes of hoarders and really looks at the psychology behind the disorder. We're going to meet one woman whose family has been impacted by hoarding, and it's really just a fascinating story. Then we also have Taya Kyle. She's the widow of Chris Kyle. His story was told in the film American Sniper. Now a new book looks at Taya's story before and after her personal tragedy, and she tells us really how she's been able to overcome it. And just in time for the holiday weekend, I'm going to show you my lesson in swimming safety. I hopped in the pool with help from a very special student, my son Calvin. That's all this week on the third hour of Today.
So important and great timing on that. Dylan, before you go, what's this? We're hearing about a new series you guys are kicking off today.
Yes, this is a wild new series. It's called Game On, with one of the most focused athletes you'll meet. This is how we're starting. He's a runner and a juggler at the same time. It's called joggling, and he's trying to chase down a world record. And today we've also got Adam Richman. He's cooking up steak for Make Ahead Monday in a way I'm sure you've never seen before. That's later this morning on the third hour. Hope you'll join us.
Good, good. Yeah, we'll joggle and work up an appetite. That's how you do it. All right, Dylan. We'll see you all a little bit later. Sounds good. 5:42 right now. Everywhere you look, there's some kind of screen. My baby operates the phone like nobody's business. I'm like, you're one. How do you even, anyway?
Oh,
TV, computer, phone, you know these kids today.
Exactly. So coming up, what you need to know to set up a media plan for your family and when you should consider taking a break from technology.
Yeah, like right now.
Best of luck.
Kids, put it down. Right now.
Plus, the U.S. men's soccer team picks up another Gold Cup win, who they're facing next, and whether they'll have a shot at rival Mexico.
Copa de Oro.
Moody Gardens invites you to be a reefer. Splash, save, learn, dive in, and take action. Your ticket purchase supports ocean conservation and many causes. Whether you're at Palm Beach or the Aquarium Pyramid, visit moodygardens.org and make a difference today.
710. That's AutoNation's reputation score, the highest in the industry. Hurry in to drive new 2019 Chevrolet Silverado 1500 Crew Cabs for just $29,999. Or save on new Silverados today with 0% APR financing for 72 months. Only at AutoNation Chevy. Drive safe for less at AutoNation. Get the service you need at low AutoNation prices. Oil changes, tires, batteries, and more. Service now at AutoNation.
I'm just here to spice things up in the kitchen with this new breakthrough from Conn's Home Plus. The Conn's Low Payment Finder finds the lowest payment tailored to you, good credit or building credit. So you can turn this into this.
Now through Sunday, get up to 45% off 4th of July specials on TVs and appliances, plus an extra 10% off appliance packages. And get a love seat for 50% off when you buy the matching sofa.
In Texas, there's a spirit of independence that moves us, inspires us, but you've got to catch it while it lasts. The final days of the Great American Sales Event at your Texas Ford dealer with limited time savings on America's best-selling trucks. Like Ford F-150, now get 0% financing for 72 months plus $750 appreciation cash. The final days of the Great American Sales Event. Hurry in to your best in Texas Ford dealer.
Moody Gardens takes you from the reef to the rainforest with a journey around the world. Check out Australia's Great Wild North 3D, Reef Rescue VR experience, and Bands on the Sand, weekends at Palm Beach. Save with a Value Pass hotel and golf packages at moodygardens.org. Moody Gardens invites you to be a reefer. Your ticket purchase supports ocean conservation and many causes. Visit moodygardens.org.
The time is 5:45. It's a great start to our Monday. We're waking up with dry conditions here in the metro area, partly cloudy skies, and temperatures are in the 70s. So get the kids out early today. Once we get past 10 a.m., it is going to be hot and humid. You're feeling a little more humidity at the coast right now. Low 80s in Galveston, also in Palacios, with feel-like temperatures in the upper 80s. We'll highlight our storm chances for today, and of course, 4th of July coming up. Over to you guys.
All right, thank you, Britta. Appreciate it. A big debate these days. How much is too much screen time for the kids?
When it comes to media use, what's right for one family might not work for the next, so a family media plan can help. Large, medium, and small screens are everywhere, and often they can cut into physical activity or sleep. The American Academy of Pediatrics has come out with media use guidelines for children. In an interactive website, parents can build their family's personalized media plan.
You can plug in who your children are, what ages they are, and then you get a few choices of what are the different kind of healthy or balanced technology use behaviors that would be appropriate for that age.
Dr. Radesky recommends families start slow and try 1 or 2 things that could work. Research has shown that with an hour to 90 minutes of sedentary media use, the obesity risk increases. To access the American Academy of Pediatrics sites to build your family's media plan, go to click2houston.com. We've put a link under the health section.
All right, 89 minutes it is. 5:46, U.S. women's soccer team getting a day of practice ahead of the semifinal game. Tomorrow they beat France in the quarterfinals to make it this far. England is up next. Game tomorrow kicks off at 2 p.m. The winner of the match goes on to face the winner of Sweden versus the Netherlands. U.S. men's soccer team defeated Curaçao, moving on in the Gold Cup tournament. 1-0. Next up, Jamaica in the semifinals. That match is scheduled to kick off 8 p.m. on Wednesday night against the Reggae Boys. The winner will move on to face the winner of Haiti versus Mexico. Copa de Oro, Haley.
That's right. All right, so sunny or cloudy, UV rays are threatening our eye health every day. But as you spend more time outdoors in the next few months, you're going to need to follow these rules to protect your peepers.
The damage is cumulative, meaning if you've gone your whole life mostly without sunglasses, you could be at risk for macular degeneration, cataracts, skin cancer around the eyelid, and cancers of the cornea. Dr. Danny Tran with Cizik Eye Clinic and UT Health says all you need to prevent that is to look for this sticker on sunglasses.
And believe it or not, price point does not matter on UV protection.
Any cheap pair of glasses can save your vision as long as it says it covers both UVA and UVB rays, or says it's 100% UV protection, or it might say UV 400. If you can't remember what yours have, some vision stores have a device like this. It's called a spectrometer and can measure whether your sunglasses have UV protection.
You have UV protection on your sunglasses, yep.
Polarized may sound like it's protecting you, but it's strictly a coating for comfort. This can help with glare off of a windshield or water, which is beneficial when you're driving, swimming, fishing, but do not sacrifice UV protection for this added comfort.
Polarized sunglasses will kind of make your vision look more clear as you're looking through it. But it won't block out any UV. So it'd be nice to have both, but if I had to choose one, I would probably pick UV protection.
But keep this one in mind. Polarized will make it hard to see your phone's screen, so it might be best to use the UV protection and not polarized if you want to, eliminate that risk of taking your sunglasses off to read and text your phone. Then you're really exposed to harmful UV rays, and UV rays can damage your eyes beyond repair or damage them so much that you might need surgery to fix them.
In addition to that, I've noticed things like sometimes the car stereo or the GPS with the similar screens, you'll have issues seeing the polarized.
The right.
It's the one downside to it, but they're so clear.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, man.
Yeah, because otherwise, polarized with the UV protection is the most comfortable.
It's a little more expensive, too, I think. 5:49, let's check with Britta. Scattered showers is what we said, right, this afternoon?
Yeah, most of them will be after about 2 o'clock, so we have some time to get in some beach and pool time. Here's a live look into Galveston by Moody Gardens. It's very quiet this morning, but you're feeling the steam. Low 80s with feel-like temperatures in the upper 80s. Away from the coast is fairly comfortable. We're in the mid-70s, so get out early, get the kids' energy out, the playground, and then just sort of play it by radar as we go to the afternoon for these afternoon thunderstorms and how they could impact your pool plans. This morning, we have a few light sprinkles to the north of Harris County. Those are not going to slow you down. The best chance of rain will be after lunchtime, a 20 to 30% 50% chance of those widely scattered afternoon downpours. So in between those showers, 90 degrees will feel like 100 degrees. Meanwhile, in the tropics, we are nice and quiet in the Atlantic. Nothing to warn you about. We are watching some deep tropical moisture in southern portions of the Gulf of Mexico. That is moving into our area for Tuesday and Wednesday, but it just translates into higher storm chances and some heftier downpours. I'll get to that in just a moment. But first, in the Pacific, Tropical Storm Barbara out there, a very large storm, but it's not going to impact land. A good reminder of what time of year it is, though. Make sure that your home is ready to go. Meanwhile, for us, a little bit of a counterclockwise spin. This is an upper level feature, but notice those showers down to the south. That's some deeper tropical moisture that's going to move in for Tuesday and Wednesday, so higher rain chances starting tomorrow. Today, we're going to keep it pretty limited. Look at your afternoon forecast. Most of us just dealing with the heat and humidity, but we will have those afternoon flare-ups. They clear up around sunset. Tomorrow, a different story. Tomorrow morning, we'll have showers moving through. They will continue on and off through the afternoon, quieting down by the evening forecast. And even Wednesday, we still have those elevated storm chances. About a ½ inch to an inch of rainfall, so no widespread flooding concerns. But those isolated downpours, they can always slow you down on the roads, so make sure that you're on top of it for Tuesday and Wednesday. Past that, high pressure builds in. The rest of your holiday forecast, easy breezy, but it is going to be hot. We're expecting mid-90s, Jen, as we head into our holiday weekend.
And July 4th, usually up there, right? So sunscreen and be ready to cool off, folks. On the roadways, we've got construction that is finally slowing it down on 225 outbound at Pasadena. It's an ongoing right lane that's blocked until August. Right now, a little bit of traffic and delay can be found. These are the outbound lanes. Feeder Road here and Feeder Road behind me, usually busy around this time of the morning, just from 6 o'clock on. 5:52 in the morning, I'm not surprised that I'm seeing occasional brake light. Down in the southwest side of town at the Brazos River, we have traffic on the move. If you're coming in from the Stafford area, coming in from Sugar Land, Greatwood, everything looks okay, even by 610. Don't forget that the lane's narrow, and you do have a lot to watch out for at 59 and 610. A lot happening near the Galleria and Uptown in regard to construction. So that's all still in place. North Loop, it looks like we had a little bit of eastbound congestion approaching 45, but I'm looking at Yale, not finding any backups, so still doing pretty well up on the north side of town. South Beltway, you can find that ongoing barrels and road work between 288 and MLK, so no surprises there. The traffic wheel looks pretty flawless. All in all, less than a half an hour from any outskirt location. Guys?
Okay, thanks, Jennifer.
We are all counting down to the 4th of July, and with it comes some important reminders from the feds.
But first, a big recall that women need to hear about. Consumer expert Amy Davis is with us this morning at 5:53. Amy, good morning.
Good morning, you guys. Yeah, we're talking about disposable razors for women, so they definitely need to hear that. Gillette is recalling some 87,000 of them because they could cut you even with normal use. The company says a problem during the manufacturing process caused the misalignment of the blades in some razors, specifically the Venus Simply 3 disposable razors. They were sold in pink, purple, and yellow, sold in both 4-packs and a Daisy Plus 1 Venus Simply 3 bonus pack, where you got one of those in this multi-pack. These were sold in stores between January and May of this year. If you have them, you should stop using them, but hold on to them, because if you want a refund, you got to contact Gillette to get a postage-paid envelope to send them back to get a refund. I've already put that information for you.
Come on, quality control. Get it together on this one.
Exactly, yeah. So Honda, though, listen to this one. They're recalling 1.6 million vehicles to replace potentially deadly Takata airbag inflators. The problem here is that multiple Honda and Acura models from 2003 through 2015, they're being recalled for a second time now.
What?
All of these vehicles were previously repaired using replacement inflators made by Takata before February 2017, and they're now going to get airbags from another manufacturer.
Okay, good.
So Takata airbag inflators can explode with too much force, spewing that shrapnel and metal into the vehicle. It has killed drivers, so you want to be careful. Owners will be notified of this by mail starting in mid-August. And as we celebrate Independence Day this week, the FAA wants you to keep some things in mind. If you're traveling, fireworks are not allowed on domestic or international flights.
Just
None
as
of
a
them.
reminder.
Jeez. Yeah, that means they're not allowed in your carry-on. You also can't check them.
Okay.
And if you have plans to capture your 4th of July fireworks with a drone camera, this one might be something more people might be likely to do.
Yeah.
You can't. The FAA has strict guidelines on how, when, and where drones can be flown for recreational purposes.
Right.
And they say it is a no-no to fly a drone in or near fireworks.
Good reminder.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, a lot of you may plan to grill out for the holiday, and a new trend may have more Americans grilling meat alternatives. We're talking plant-based beef burgers.
Oh, you did it. All right.
You
This is
did
good.
it.
I came back on the right day. Yeah.
Coming up in about an hour, we're showing you how they cook, smell, and taste in a blind taste test. And why are people turning to the new meat substitute? Is it healthier?
A lot of people
How
are.
much more does it cost? We're answering all of those questions coming up at 6:45.
Amy, finally. I know you're talking about this one.
I know you weren't here when we did the test
I know.
this week. I gave Britta one, so she
Okay.
can also
I
tell
can't
us how
wait.
she liked it.
Next hour,
Yeah,
coming
right.
up. I'm looking forward. All right, 5 minutes
Thanks,
to
babe.
6. We got a quick break. We're back with more Channel 2 News Today.